So how you feeling at this point?
A little sick, but running fine.
Yeah.
Legs are a little sore.
Yeah.
Virginia Capitol Trail is a paved bicycle and pedestrian path that stretches 51.2 miles from Richmond to Jamestown, Virginia. According to the fastestknowntime.com website, the male one-way supported record was first set on May 9th, 2020 by Daniel Briggs with a time of 7 hours, 17 minutes, and 29 seconds. He averaged 8 minutes and 33 seconds per mile. The next spring, Josh Thomas took the record by finishing in 7 hours, 17 minutes, and 15 seconds, which was just 14 seconds faster than Daniel. Josh's record stood for 5 years until Mike Wardian towed the line on March 7, 2026, and cut almost an hour off the record time, finishing in 6 hours, 22 minutes, and 12 seconds. Mike averaged 7 minutes and 28 seconds per mile for the 51.2 mile route. But then 2 months later, on May 9, 2026, Dave Kwiatkowski would attempt to beat that time. This is how it went down.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I'm Dave's fiance, and today we are assisting Dave to attempt to get the new FKT, or fastest known time, on the Capitol Trail from Richmond to Jamestown.
Hi, I'm Lisa Kwiatkowski. I'm Dave's mom, and I'm going to be assistant crew, riding and driving with Elizabeth, and helping Dave and Rick out along the way.
Hi, I'm Rick Kwiatkowski, and I'll be crewing Dave. I'll be riding on the bike right next to Dave as he's running, and I'll try to keep him going strong. I will be carrying on a vest drinks and food and stuff that he might need along the way, give him encouragement, try to keep him on track. It's a pretty well-marked course, but there are a couple of intersections you have to look out for cars and that kind of thing. So we'll see how he does.
Hey, I'm Dave, running the Capitol Trail. I'm gonna try to run fast enough to get the record, the supported record, fastest known time, try to beat Mike Wardian's time. But if I don't, then my goal is to finish happily with my dad and family. Have a good time out there.
Okay, we're here in the morning. It's about 5:30, and here's the Capitol Trail sign. Gonna start in Richmond and in Jamestown. It's gonna be a great time, and I'm looking forward to start running because I love running.
All right, we're getting ready for Dave to start off his FKT attempt of the Capitol Trail. It's a little chilly.
Tailwind element mixture. It's very salty, very sweet. It's got some electrolytes and a little bit of sugar in it.
A lot of salt.
Yeah, a lot of salt, and feeling good. I just did some little runs, little run out and back.
Tell us about your shoes, Dave.
These are the Ultra Vanish Carbon 2s. They only come in one colorway right now. The other ones are sold out, so this is the one I chose. And they're white with a little bit of coral red. And they make me feel fast. I usually wear slow shoes, but today we're going fast. We're wearing fast shoes. And I love Ultra. Sponsor me one day, maybe 10 years from now when I'm fast enough or do something crazy enough. But for now, we're buying our own Ultra shoes. And okay.
All right, Rick, how are we feeling?
Sounds good. It wasn't fantastic. Look how they're doing it.
He said, film me.
My dad's busy making sure that we're all prepared for this FKT.
Can I suggest you call your drink Tailment?
Ooh.
Tailment. Yeah.
All right.
The morning of, I was a little sleepy. I had to wake up at 4 a.m. to get ready. And you can see that my eyes were pretty tired the morning of. But everyone was very excited. I think everyone felt pretty, though nothing was set in stone that I was going to get this record, everyone felt like I had a shot, I think.
waiting at the start, getting the bike ready and everything. I could tell Dave had a lot of nervous energy. He had a lot of adrenaline. But for this, there's a lot of time pressure, and Dave is running super quickly, much faster compared to any of his other running efforts. And so I think he did have a lot of adrenaline. He was really running around the parking lot and doing some high knees and butt kicks to warm up his body. And it was cool to see. You can see in the video of him starting the FKT, it's like he almost is like jumping off of the start line because he's just so ready to go.
3, 2, 1, FKT.
Okay, we've just started the race. We're at mile marker 51. FKT attempt. Just started the FKT attempt. We're at mile marker 51. How you feeling, Dave?
Feeling good?
Feeling good? You're looking good.
You too.
Yeah, this is quite easy for me on the bike.
The plan was for my dad to bike alongside me the whole way, and he was going to be giving me some positive encouragement the whole way, keep my pace in check, and was going to exchange food and water with me.
All right, here comes Dave. He's got to go up this first hill here, which doesn't really look like much, to be honest.
My fiance and my mom, they're going to drive the car along the Capitol Trail, and every once in a while stop and give me and my dad some new gear, new food, new water, and they would cheer us on.
Woo! You're looking strong! You got this! Woohoo! Conquered that hill!
The first mile was 7:05 minute mile pace, and my dad said, "Okay, Dave, that's pretty fast."
Almost there! Looking good! Woo! Woo! All right, we have pressed the button, so the flashing lights are going off. So Dave can cross the road. Woo! 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 Yes, Dave! Oh boy, careful with the curb. Woo! There he goes.
Just past mile marker 48 as we're counting down on our way to Jamestown.
And a lot of my family lives nearby Richmond. My sisters live in Richmond. My parents live in Charlottesville. It was very convenient for us to go and have this family challenge of getting me from Richmond to Williamsburg.
Slight headwind. Temperatures in the 50s. Looking like a nice day.
The morning traffic is starting up.
There goes the girls. Crew vehicle number 1.
Today there's a slight headwind from the start, but it's not so bad.
Yeah. Now you don't have to look backwards.
Yeah.
Just went by mile 47, mile marker.
Oh, I remember this one too.
Yeah, it might be the last big hill. I don't want to get your hopes up, but actually the hills go to 7, so we still got a few miles. Yeah. It's not a bad hill though.
I knew I always wanted to give it a shot ever since I went on a run with me, my dad, and Josh Thomas, our friend, and he told us about how he just got the FKT for it. And I was thinking, one day I'm going to give it a shot. I might be able to beat his time.
What kind of good is that?
Campfire s'mores.
Campfire s'mores. They can make it right here.
Mike Wardian, he sets the new record, and it was at a pretty quick time, 6 hours, 22 minutes, and he was moving pretty fast. And it sort of reincarnated this idea that, oh, this is something that I might want to do.
Coming up to mile marker 39.
From a crewing perspective, this FKT was super, super easy to crew. The Capitol Trail kind of just goes along the road for maybe 90% of the time. And so Lisa and I could be driving along and see Dave and Rick as we're driving and pull over into a little side street a couple miles ahead, wait for them. And since Dave was moving so quickly, we really didn't have to wait long at all at any of the places we pulled over to see him.
Yeah, it was awesome to have my dad just moving at the pace I needed to go, and I could just lock into him.
Yes, I'm on a bike. Got the easy way of doing it.
You're doing great, babe. Love you.
The starting point is in Williamsburg and the official ending point is in Richmond. There's been a precedent of going eastbound. So that is what I was going to do. It seems to be the faster way to go as well. Not a lot of elevation gain. Seems like there's a bit of a downhill throughout the whole way. And it felt good knowing that I'm going to give it a shot the same way that other people have.
32 miles to go.
There was one time we even were, trying to find him on our phones, use his location, and then all of a sudden he runs by and we missed him.
I feel like they didn't even realize we were here.
Closer.
Looking good,
That's a
Dave.
halfway point.
At the halfway point, we were about just a little bit over 3 hours, 3:04, something like that. Because if we just did the same thing again, we'd end the run at like 6:08, and that was going to be like 14 minutes faster than Wardian. Once you hit 26.3, you're an ultra marathoner, and I love that moment of any run I do.
Bottle change the next time. How you feeling in 29 miles into it?
Feeling all right. Yeah, feeling pretty good.
You've been
Weather's good.
averaging around 7:04 pace for the first 27 miles.
My first break was at mile 13 or so. And every time I took a break, it was about 90 seconds of just standing still. And I ended up taking 6 breaks throughout this run.
How far are you doing now, Dave?
31.7.
Looking good. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. Legs tightening up just a little bit, but feel fine.
Okay.
Still hitting the pace.
Yeah.
I got a second boost at the 50K mark after 31 miles. At that point, I was just thinking, I only have 20 miles to go. And to me, that's like a normal long run in distance.
Miles to go. Still going. You got it, Dave. Bike coming behind you. Good job.
And we have Lisa here. How's it going, Lisa?
It's going great for me.
We just get to drive and hang out. So it's pretty relaxed for us. Just hang out, waiting for Dave. He's moving pretty quickly. Hello, we are Dave's crew, Lisa and Elizabeth, waiting for Dave here. We're at mile 17 and got some supplies for Rick and Dave. This is pretty much what we've been doing, is just driving along the road and tracking them, and if we see them, we'll gotta wait for the car to pass. If we see him, we'll, wave out the window and cheer Dave on. Yeah, they seem to be doing great. Yep. Here we have Dave coming in at mile 17. Looking good. His signature fist pump in the air. Woo! Yes, Dave! Woo!
So yeah, I was eating gels the whole time, and up to that point, it was around then I think my stomach was feeling a little bit more bloated than usual, and my dad had recommended that I have these liquid energy goos, and they're a less viscous version of normal gels, and those went down a lot easier, and I started having just some plain water at that point as well, and I think that resolved some of the gut issues I had.
Mile marker, 15 miles to go. 15. So how you feeling at this point?
A little sick, but running fine.
Yeah.
Legs are a little sore.
Yeah. Sick from what?
Eating a lot.
Alrighty, you're looking good.
All right, we are waiting for Dave at mile 13 here. We got Elizabeth and Lisa. He is speedy. We just saw him at 17, so should be coming in pretty soon.
So my goal was to have roughly 400 calories per hour, 18 ounces of water, and roughly 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams of sodium.
Picture me. Thanks a lot, y'all. Doing great.
Woo!
He's still doing it. Just over 12 miles, I guess, to go. And he's still on pace.
With 12 miles to go, I pivoted to just drinking Coke, just soda, and that was also to resolve some of those gut issues I had. I was still well on pace to finish with the new fastest known time.
Dave needed some supplies right away, and so we pulled over kind of into a ditch on the side of the road, and then there was about 20 feet of forest in between me and the Capitol Trail still, and I could see Dave was coming. There's no way I'm gonna bushwhack my way through this forest and get a lot of poison ivy, and so I knew I had to throw his supplies through the woods, and if you know anything about me, you know that I have terrible aim, cannot throw anything to save my life. And so as Dave is approaching, maybe 10 feet away, I chuck his supplies through the woods. And luckily it made it out through all the trees and everything. He's able to pick it up. So it worked out pretty well for us. I got very lucky with my throw.
Less than 11 to go. What do you think about that? Yes. Sweet. Looks like you can do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it. All right. I love that attitude.
May not go much faster.
You're just holding this pace. You got it.
Once we got to 9 miles to go, now we're in the single digits. You know, that felt amazing. That felt like, wow, we are really on the home stretch.
9 to go. Woo! Yeah. He's going for He's going for the record. So he's going for the record.
What record is that?
The fastest known time on the Capitol Trail, One Direction.
Dave needed just some plain water. You know, it started to get pretty hot, And as he's running by, I would hand it to him, and he didn't want to stop and slow down at all, right? He's moving too quickly, and I can't keep up with him. And so Dave would run, chug the water, and 10 feet later just chuck the water bottle to the side, spraying us with water because, of course, it's open. And then I would have to run after it and pick up the water bottle. Lisa and I knew that Dave was going to get the FKT right before the big bridge.
After 44 miles, we go over the scenic bridge that goes over the Chickahominy River. Though I was still moving well, my legs were quite tight at this point. Part of me wanted to run fast once we got over the hump of that bridge to run downhill, but I was really afraid that I would pull a muscle, and I thought that would end my run. So I just kept into the same pace. I said, I'm not going to run faster than this. A lot can go wrong in this last 6-7 miles. So I just decided to hold on to it and keep being steady. But with something that none of us knew was that this was the same day as the Cap to Cap bicycle event that happened annually on this trail. So there were bicyclists going back and forth, giving us some encouragement as well. And that just made it a more social event. I stopped eating gels at that point. I just had soda. That gives me caffeine, gives me calories, and it just tastes good. It makes me feel like I'm in a movie theater or something. And that's why I love soda when I run. It gives me warm and fuzzy feelings. Makes me feel like things are fun when they're not fun.
5 miles, 5 to go. So he's got like 50 minutes to get the record in 5 miles. I think you're going to do it.
Kind of towards the end, and we were doing some calculations on what speed Dave had been going and how much time he had left, and figured out that he could run these last miles at about a 10-minute mile pace. So we knew that he was definitely going to get the FKT at that point, and we're really, really excited for him.
Three to go. Dave just passed it. He's over there. See, I love it. I think I see the 2-mile sign. Woo! I want 2 pumps for 2 miles. There you go.
With about 2 miles to go, we go over this awesome wooden bridge over the marsh, and it really felt like the home stretch of a run. I thought I had this in the bag. This is gonna happen.
Well, I've got some of this salty drink if you want.
No, I'm done with everything.
And my dad looks at me and says, Dave, I wonder what you're going to do on this last mile. And I say, Dad, I'm going to go the same pace I'm going now. I did not want to pull a muscle. My legs were feeling a little fragile. At this point, I had just been drinking soda for the last 10 miles. And there's not a lot of electrolytes in soda. I was afraid that I was going to cramp if I went faster. So I said, I'm going to be smart. I'm just going to keep on this 650-ish pace and just hold that to the finish.
Lisa and I were so excited when we're at the end of the Capitol Trail. We've been tracking Dave on our phone. We see, okay, he's a mile away. That means we only probably got about 7 or so minutes until he comes in.
This one I still feel like I'm borderline about to cramp. So if I speed up, that is.
Yeah, well, you're holding pace. What do you have on your watch right now, pace?
7 flat.
Yeah. Sweet.
Almost there.
I ended up wasting about 10 minutes on this run, which to me just goes to show, hey, there's room for improvement.
We are also used to crewing Dave in multi-day races. And so for this to have a set time limit, we knew this race wouldn't take Dave more than 7 hours or so. And of course, if he got the FKT, then it would be before 6 hours, 22 minutes. From a crewing perspective, this FKT was super, super easy to crew. The Capitol Trail kind of just goes along the road for maybe 90% of the time. And so Lisa and I could be driving along and see Dave and Rick as we're driving and pull over into a little side street a couple miles ahead, wait for them. And since Dave was moving so quickly, we really didn't have to wait long at all at any of the places we pulled over to see him.
That might be good timing. Look both ways.
On that final turn, after we crossed the Jamestown Road, I turned right, and there's the finish.
And so there were a lot of bicyclists at the end who were also, they had kind of leisurely finished their ride, and they're taking pictures and everything. And so Lisa and I actually told people, hey guys, do you want to cheer on Dave? He's getting the fastest known time on this. He's running. And it was fun to get everyone from this bicycle race to also cheer on Dave at the finish line.
And there's some tents from the Cap to Cap event. And it's not just my fiance, my mom cheering me on, which I love to see them. It was not just my dad from behind saying, "Go, Dave, you got this." There was also the Cap to Cap bicyclists there, and people putting on that event, and they were cheering me on as well. It just felt like this awesome community, all encouraging me and congratulating me at the finish.
How do you feel, Dave?
Feeling good. I felt like for a while, like the last 20 miles was all borderline cramping, so I just didn't want to speed up at all. And I stayed the same pace, and I had like 10 minutes of poop breaks, I think.
And so did you get the final time?
6:04:50-ish.
And what was the previous record?
6:22 something.
And so who had the record before?
Mike Wardian, of course.
Mike Wardian.
He's got all these. So.
But now Dave Kwiatkowski has the record. Get everybody together, everybody.
Yes, Dave.
At mile 0, I hit my watch, boop, and I stop it, and I look down, and it says 6 hours, 4 minutes, 51 seconds. I had just beat Mike Wardian's fastest known time on the Virginia Capitol Trail. I look at my fiance, I look at my mom, I look at my dad, and I say, thank you. Thank you for getting me all the way from Richmond to Williamsburg and just giving me an awesome day. And that's what it was all about.
It was so fun seeing him run in, and give me a big hug, even though he's pretty sweaty and disgusting. But it was really great. It's always fun to see someone you love doing something they love doing and them being super successful at it and working super hard and then achieving their goal.